Hey, this is Lock Zero, and I'm here with my brother,
Yeah, it's Rev. What's up, guys?
and we're gonna be reviewing 996, Island of the Strongest. And yeah, let's kick it off here. We're starting with this cover page, and we have Blackbeard and a hippo brushing their teeth, which I guess is cool. I'm not gonna lie, when I read the spoilers, it said the cover page is Blackbeard is brushing his teeth with a hippo, and in my mind, I'm like, what is he brushing his like he's using the hippo as a
The tooth,
toothbrush? But
the
this,
hippo is the brush.
yeah, this makes way more sense. So
Yeah, at first I thought this is funny, but I don't know. The more I stare at it, the more I'm like, it's a little ridiculous. And one, I don't think Blackbeard brushes his teeth, from the looks of things. And two, I don't know if a hippo just ran up on me when I was brushing my teeth. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I don't know. That was like I'd be like slowly walking away the whole time. I mean, but I guess if you have two devil freaks, you
yeah,
fear
I
nothing.
guess I guess they're pretty similar, teeth wise. And I think there's something I read like Oda said like compared like One Piece characters to animals, and
Hmm.
he compared Blackbeard to a hippo. So I don't know.
Mm.
Hippos are pretty dangerous.
They
They're
are, yeah. They seem like really chill, like laid back, but then like they're actually really vicious. So that kind of that also goes along with Blackbeard pretty well. All right,
yeah, yeah.
so nice. All right, so we go into the first page. We have the Animal Kingdom. We go to the bathhouse inside the dome. We have someone going, "Where did that thing come from?" And they're talking about the lion dog from the previous, and apparently Otama and them are running away. She has saved Luffy and Nami from certain death,
You
which is
mean
awesome. And I'm
Usopp
like,
and Nami?
and yeah, and at first I was like, how the heck did they actually let them escape? And they have like in typical One Piece, plot hole, they just, are annoyed with each other so much they can't get their shit together to just go finish the job. Pepe and the other guy. And oh my God, we see Usopp looking just as close to death as I've ever seen him. I don't, if he has any Saiyan blood, hopefully this will make him a little bit more stronger after this. And we go off. We see them still running away, and they're asking how they can get out of here, or how did Osama get here, and apparently she snuck on board an enemy ship, which is not how I thought she would get there, but I guess that makes sense. I don't know how they didn't notice her in a giant freaking, magic fire dog, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
I mean, I'm fairly certain she used her powers to, take over the ship. I'm guessing that's pretty much the most common sense answer to this, to how she got on an enemy ship and snuck over. But yeah, that's my thinking of what happened. And as far as being able to escape and get away from them, I'm guessing the interpretation is like, she jumped on the scene, she chomped on ulti, and then just kind of dipped like super quick before they could even figure out what was happening.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm.
I guess. I'll let it slide. And okay, so then we see her using Himimaru to distract him, and he catches the blade very easily. Um, uh, Nami actually worried about her ally, worried about the giant monkey that's going to save them, but we see her saying, "Don't belittle his power, Onami. We came here as samurai." So she's like, "Oh, this monkey's gonna take out these guys." Imagine he just comes back and he's perfectly fine. He's like, "Yo, super easy fight."
Yeah,
Himimaru MVP possible.
I can't see him lasting 3 minutes with these guys, but we'll see what happens in the next chapter, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, sure, he's gonna go down pretty quick. But yeah, we move on to the next place, next page, and we're in the right brain tower now, center hallway, and this chick is still dealing with Sasaki. We have Yamato dealing with Sasaki. She's smashing these guys riot shields over here, and
It looks like Odin to me.
and this guy's like, "You never finish all of us, young master," with his little creepy weirdo eyes, and he's aiming and takes a shot at her. Everybody's firing at her, and she still doesn't seem particularly phased. like she has like the smoke and stuff coming off. I guess you could say she's slightly bothered or like haggard, but doesn't seem to have done anything too crazy to her.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I wonder if it's like the or the kind of like Zorro set where he's like he takes the shot and he just walks off, but he's inside he's hurting, but he just carries himself. Maybe Yamato is very similar to that, or maybe she's more like her dad, where that literally did nothing to her, and she's just like, oh, okay, let's move on.
yeah, and then um we have Shinobu. I'm not actually, maybe it's Momonosuke saying this. He's saying, Yamato, you can't keep doing this, or and then Shinobu cuts in and he's like, you there. If you're a samurai, make up your mind. Abandon me and save Lord Momonosuke. And then she declares that Kozuki Oden would never do something like this. And Shinobu's like, oh, you're so stubborn. And Sasaki, he's starting to pull out the blade, and he's getting offended by the insinuation that she can protect these guys and still deal with him. Um, so he's getting ready to join the fray here. And
Uh,
move on to the next page. And Sasaki continues to speak. He's saying, I can't go losing my superb armored division. You really made a mess of things here. And you
and
start
he
to see
starts
him
to.
pull out the blade, which looks weird. It looks like it's made up of razor blades. I'm not.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, what's going on? They think he is about to unleash like multiple blades, and the blade will just unfurl into like 1,000 blades or something. I don't
Maybe he's like that.
know. I
Maybe
mean,
he's like
made of
that
razor
guy.
blades would.
What did you say?
I said I don't know if made of razor blades just sounds like horrifying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it seems it's a weird
Talk
blade
about
for
death by a
sure.
thousand
Where it's
cuts.
it's it's probably not functioning like a standard blade, but yeah, he's pulling it out, and now we can say at least Yamato's at least winded. She's breathing hard, and then we get a flash of some teeth. Uh-oh, she got some kind of transformation capability coming on here, and we'll
That
talk
was
we'll
her
talk
first
about
form.
yeah, we'll talk about that one later. But Sasaki is taking notice, getting a little concerned, and then we hear Hacha in the background, Hacha cha, and then
Cha
Frankie
cha
running
cha
away
cha
from him,
cha.
and then Momonosuke is confused by this. Um,
And we have Frankie recognizing Momo. He's like, "Oh, is that you?" And Yamato, fangirling over the pirate crew like everyone should. she recognizes Frankie immediately. Knows his bounty too off the bat.
yeah,
Recognizes how unusual he is with the drill head and looking like a half Gundam. And behind him comes one of the what kind of follows. What are the numbers?
yeah, numbers,
The numbers.
Hacha.
Yeah. Hacha attacking Frankie, but can't catch him because Frankie's too icy for that. And we have the armor division checking out, being very interested as to what's going on. And they're like, wait, what is he about to do? The number takes a swing at his own forces, absolutely decimating the entire floor without a thought because he's trying
Yeah,
to swat the fly that is Frankie, but Frankie too smooth for that. You can't catch him.
yeah.
We go to the next
You can see
page.
it. I'm sorry. Before we move on, you can see like some of the fodder like flying away from the impact of the club, and it's interesting that like Yamato recognizes that as Frankie because that's what's on his wanted poster. So, I mean, a lot of people think he's a gigantic robot. So,
No, man. Cause she's a little fanny of the crew, Everyone loves the straw hat, so don't
yeah,
recognize. All right, we go to the next page. Number has busted a hole into the floor, sent everybody flying. Even Frankie is tossed up into the air. Except for we see Momo, Shinobu, and it looks like Yamato there too. They're all bunched up, falling in a hole in the floor. They're escaping, actually using this prime opportunity and leaving Frankie with the business. Like, here you go, man, you got this. You're fresh. And as a favor, as a a thank you, Yamato starts to wind up, hits the number with her shot, and it's we see a little bit of hockey coming off there. So apparently very skilled. Hits him with the Nari Kabura arrow, boom, 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 right up the mouth. I don't know if that goes through him or if that's representative, like the impact, like hitting the chin and just like smacking him in the head too, or if he just like put a hole in this guy's head. Either or, holy crap!
Yeah,
that's a crazy thing. As you're falling with no, floor under you, just, swinging the arm in the air,
yeah.
taking
That's
down a
all. That's
number,
all
pretty
torso.
impressive.
That's all torso strength. There's none of that.
Yeah.
None of that's coming from the legs, which usually, puts a
That's
lot
where
of
your power
torque.
comes from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So that's pretty impressive in and of itself.
OD
I
strong. Yeah.
and my interpretation, I don't think she pierced him, but it is a pretty significant shot, and it also kind of upsets me a little bit because it's like, why couldn't Frankie deal with this guy? Why did and then to show the scope of difference in strength between Frankie and this and Yamato, like she just one shots the dude.
Yeah. I just think they wanted to set up the fight between Frankie and Sasaki, and they didn't have a good way to do it because maybe, they just wanted to, set that fight up. So, like, a little bit of plot maneuvering there to get everybody in on the board where they need to get. That's all I think that is there.
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot.
I
I
think
think yeah, I
given
think
enough
a
time,
lot
I
of
think Yamato would have, found a way to, win.
that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I wanted Frankie to be able to deal with this situation. Like, I mean, I'm sure he ran out of cola when he shot the other number, but you know what I mean. Like, I want Frankie to be a little bit more competent. But
Yeah.
again, like you phrased it perfectly. A lot of what's going on right now is setting things up. Everybody, there's these aren't the fights that are gonna be continuing. They're just little clashes and skirmishes to
Well, I
set
think
the story.
this is gonna be one of the fights. I think like Sasaki and Frankie are like kind of in line with each other's strength. I think they're gonna like have that main fight. That'll be like I don't know. That's my theory on that. That's what I think. And maybe there's gonna be a little bit of backstory there. We're gonna find out Sasaki's even more of an integral character to the story. 5 more weeks of flashbacks have been written. All right, but anyways, we get back to this. The number has been taken out, and yeah, there's no hole in his head. He's not bleeding from the top of his head.
He
We can
does
see
he
under his
does have
chin.
some smoke coming off the top of
Yeah,
his head,
yeah, but you
which
can see under his chin, it's just a mark. It's not like a
yeah,
piercing hole. So
yeah, sure.
yeah, but he took a hit of the good and got knocked out. So, uh, and Frankie's in suspense. He doesn't, disbelief. He doesn't know what just happened. Who was that person? Saki is just, really disappointed with the situation. He's like, oh no, our friend Hacha just got taken out. Momonosuke
I think
escaped from him.
I think he's more
Yeah,
concerned that they got away more so than his
yeah, I was gonna follow up with that too. Like, yeah, he just realized that he just failed. I'm sure King is not gonna be happy with that. So, and we see Yamato running away with both of them in her arms. Quit wasting time. So it looks like Saki's quickly trying to rally, get after his people after him. When we cut to Yamato talking to Momo and saying, "You must survive. It's imperative you survive. You're the one." He's saying he's the one who must guide the world to the dawn.
Yeah,
Interesting
that
foreshadowing.
is something we definitely need to speak about later.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
all right, so we continue here, second basement floor, and Law just clobbering this guy, no problem, slicing him up. Fodder aren't hampering him too much. He's having a little flashback. He's thinking about Corazon and what he told him about the people of the D clan, and he's reflecting on this, and you see him walking upon a poneglyph, with the
Dun,
stairs and all the
dun.
shit behind him destroyed. Pretty much, it seems like.
He
Um,
just found a clue.
and we get even more of a reveal of a little conversation he had with Robin.
Mm.
Um, and she expresses how she's stunned that he's also a D, and he says, you're the only person I would tell this to, which conveys that Law doesn't seem to be a blabbermouth, and he doesn't. I wouldn't think he trusts easily, but it says a lot to say that he would trust telling Robin about this.
Yeah, I'm curious why he did trust Robin like that. Like with that kind of knowledge. So I guess he shows that he knows Luffy and him. He's good with that crew.
Yeah.
It's a real thing to have going there. But I wonder in particular, like, what does he have like some sort of experience with Robin that like maybe she saved him in the past or something. I don't know. I don't know if there's another thing there, but
Yeah.
sharing them and trying to get answers from Robin, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, we cut to a flashback of Robin talking, yes, and she means beating the four emperors to take the poneglyphs. Not they'll make it easy. And we see Law here examining, and he's remembering Korra. He's speaking to Korra. Hey Korra, I've made up my mind. I want to know the meaning of this checkered fate.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
And yeah,
All
he
right, and
also
then we go
establishes
to
that it's not a red poneglyph. Hello.
all right, so we go to the uppercut, and we're going on the third floor, and there's a mess being made, a ruckus. We see a bunch of swords and guns flying around everywhere, and we go, yeah, it took my weapon. It's being swallowed, so all the metal's being absorbed, and of course, we cut to Captain Kidd. It's Kidd and Killer running through the castle trying to get all the weapons they possibly can, and he asks Killer, "Do you think we have enough?" He's dragging along all the scrap metal in the castle, and they're saying, "Don't let him reach the roof." He's rushing up there, and go to the next page. Killer just runs through, takes out all the fodder very easily, so he's back to himself. And Killer responds, "Yeah, that's a good question. You know, our enemy is the world's strongest pirate. Can't have too much." So he's going straight up to the top, trying to take on Kaido. And Kid is just loving it. He's like, "Haha, good answer." He's ready for the rematch there. All right. And so we go to the roof of the Skull Dome, Onishigama, and we see Kaido looking intensely serious. You know, he's either constipated or he's fighting for his life. You know, possibly both. And he
They're
swings.
pretty heavy with that shading on his face.
Yeah. Do you think that's like all Emperor's like hockey in his body at that moment?
No, I just think it was just. I think all that hard those hard lines are just trying to add emphasis and like gravity to like what he's doing. You know what I mean? It makes it come across more imposing and more like, oh shit.
Yeah. If he's the strongest, I wonder how like this fight with Shanks went.
Yeah.
Man. All right, so he swings, taking out Kinemon with a strike of hockey, and he is laid out, not even a breath bubble escaping. And he swings again. Oh, while he's down. Oh my God,
Yeah,
Kaido just
that's what it's
no
looking like to
mercy.
me. That's pretty savage. Like
Yeah,
to get smacked away is one thing, but to be up against the ground and then have I'm sure that thing that club weighs like a ton or something. So he
a
just
couple ton at least. You know, the
yeah.
world's strongest, and I'm sure it's been imbued with hockey. You think it's like a black, you know how they talk about the black swords, and you think it's like a black club where he like infused it with the hockey, and it's like OD strong as
Nah, I'm not.
well.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's not one of the supreme grade weapons or.
Maybe he wanted to be the best clubsman of all the land. That's his dream.
Yeah,
Someone look up what the official definition is. I'm sure it's not clubsman. Someone who uses
I've
clubs
heard it before.
professionally.
I can't remember. I think it's another six letter. I think it's Kanabo Club is what it's called. Yeah, and
So
then he fucking smashes the shit out of Kinemon on the ground, and Denjiro pokes him with his little toothpick in his side, and you see a little blood splurt going up and across the backdrop of the moon, and everybody's pretty laid out.
interesting, interesting to note. Like these letters, it's like low. Like they're also dark letters. Like these aren't like like fun hits. These are like it seems like these are like dark. Like life-ending hits is what he's trying to convey with those letters there.
Hmm.
Wham, gank. Those like shh. It seems like this is like wrapping up like on their lives. Like this is like the end. Like I don't know. I think that's a subtle thing that was just conveyed there. But Kaido is just mercilessly dragging along his club. Signaling this is the end for these guys. And then we go to the next page,
Wait,
and
before we
we
move
see
on to the next
performance
page.
floor. Oh,
Before, no, I was gonna say before we move on, I do want to take notice of who's still up on that bottom panel, because it looks like
mhm.
what is the Kappa's name? Um,
The Kappa guy.
oh my
Can't
God,
even call off the top of my head. It's gonna
this is
torture
gonna
me.
bother me. Well, anyway, we got Kappa Boy. Looks like he's still alive, alert, and or at least he's not unconscious. I'm guessing that's
We see a
either.
little bit of Rizo, but I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think he's looking too hot right there.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking is either Inu or Neko in the background as well. So he's not
Yeah.
completely done wiping these guys out, but yeah, I just want to take note of that really quick.
but he's very close. I think it's interesting to note that like the ones that are like colored like seem like they're down and out. So and like the other ones are like more in shadow. Oh yeah, so we go to the bottom in the performance floor, Skull Dome. We see Big Mom flying through the battlefield, through the demons, through the fighters, I don't know, ice zombies you want to call them. All right, and everyone
The
knows Big Mom's
ice
back.
ponies.
Yeah, and pretty hard to miss her. Robin Chopper, who's more than halfway covered with the virus, and I don't think he has anything in his hands. Brooks in the background, Appa running around, Zora running around, Drake running around, and they're like, "Oh
It's
crap,
funny.
we're about to die."
I like Chopper's little fang that he has going on.
He's scary and cute all at the same time. But don't let my boy go. I don't want to see him getting taken out. But Big Mom's like, don't worry, I'm only interested in going up top where Kaido is. So that's going to be an interesting confrontation. What
Yeah,
is her plans? She didn't say what's going on.
I like the that panel. I think it's drawn really well where she's flying up to the top. But yeah, we got the last page over here, and it's showing that Luffy and Co are on the middle of the second floor. He's saying, "Hurry, hurry, we're Florian now. If you climb those stairs, we'll be at the third, where Kid is." And Jinbei's saying, "The roof is above the fifth floor," and he says, "Got it. Just you wait, Kinemon." And then Sanji's, "Huh? Hey, do you guys hear that? Can't you hear it from the third floor?" And I hear what? And then he's going into his mind and he hears some music going on. Just come, my dear, that's it. No, hey, hey. But my lord, you mustn't. It would be so naughty. And it's already pissing a lot of people off. It's Sanji with his Sanji shenanigans going on over here. Not like there's something serious going on, when there's women involved, he has to be a Sanji.
I actually had a counter theory to that, and I thought that was a horrible flashback he was having. And what I thought was he was having a flashback to the Kama Islands, and we're gonna see, those people show up, and he's having a mini heart attack because he already know what's about to happen. Like that looked like a look of fear in Sanji's eyes. I don't know, not a look of like usually like you'll notice like when Sanji's like overwhelmed with like pleasure or something. This one looks like, oh my god, my heart's gonna stop. I'm gonna have a heart attack and die. It can't be. That's
Yeah.
that's my little 2 cents. Like I think that's like a slight thrown off, but I
Mhm.
think the commas are about to like make an appearance. I could be wrong, but that would be interesting if what's her name? What's her name shows up. Uh,
Ivankov?
yes, if Ivankov shows up, that would be pretty hilarious right now. Give everybody a hormone boost and probably be able to fight Queen. Think about with all the biological stuff. I think
Yeah,
Ivanka
no,
would stand a pretty
I
good chance.
I don't think we need any more factions showing up. Like this shit's already overloaded.
I
It
love me some Ivanka, man. Always
I no,
give
no, no.
me more.
Eva is the best. Ivankov is awesome, but I'm just saying I don't want any more people showing up to Wano because it's already taking forever to move through the story with all these different elements that are in play. Hold on one second. No. So yeah, man. Cool chapter. Let's go over the different points to consider. So what's the first thing you want to talk about?
All right. First thing, so we see. First thing I want to talk about. I mean, I guess plot holes. I think were the big thing here. Like just like movement around for just the sake of moving the story forward was a big theme. I don't know how Nami and Usopp get away. I don't know how Frankie, shows up and we do that swaparoo and Yamato just happened to, just pull out the shot that takes out a number, but it looks like she probably could have handled the whole thing in like 2 seconds. Um, but yeah, no, that seemed to be the big thing. The cool moment, I guess, was seeing, Law find the poneglyph and deciding, he wants to know the meaning of I guess, the Will of D. That's probably what he's talking about. Other than that, a big moment seeing Kaido just head face, set and taking out the seven scabbards, eliminating them, seeing that show come to a close.
Mm. Yeah, with the
Anything
whole
you
law.
want to throw in there? Those are
No,
my.
there's a few things. Yeah, with the whole law point. See, a lot of people have been talking about, what's going on with Law. He's pretty much accomplished his objective because he wanted to take down Doflamingo. So he
Yeah.
accomplished that. That was really what he wanted to get done. And so it's like, what purpose does he serve in the story now? And a lot of people are like, oh, he's gonna sacrifice himself for Luffy with his powers to revive him because like Luffy will get killed or something. Um, but now this kind of puts him back into the mix, and gives him a purpose in the story to move forward and keep him around. Because now he has this new objective of finding out what the D clan is about, and you know
Yeah.
so they repurpose him that way. Um,
So I
another thing,
guess yeah, you need a strong reason to be. You're not just gonna be like wandering the new world for shits and giggles, you know.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, just from a storytelling perspective, he has to serve some kind of purpose. Um, with Yamato, now we got this teeth thing going on here. So the theories are flying about. Does she have does she have a devil fruit? Is she also a dragon? I mean, my popular theory that Kaido is actually a dragon, and
Yeah.
his human form, or if you can call it that, is something else. Maybe he ate a oni fruit, maybe he consumed something else, but I'm kind of leaning more towards he's actually a dragon. And I'm thinking that Yamato kind of falls under the same category. So and some people are suggesting, oh, maybe she has a tiger devil fruit, because yin and yang, like on the yin yang symbol, they usually have like the tiger and the dragon like at opposition with one another. So there's some kind of like parallels with that, which I wouldn't hate, if she had a tiger devil fruit. But we have to at least, if she does have a devil fruit, it has to be some kind of Zoan fruit. So
I don't know. I think it's more like a bloodline thing there. Maybe she's got some abilities from Kaido, but only time will tell with that. But
yeah.
does show that she has even more of a scope. Probably is a a huge hitter. Probably could stand on the toes of like a Djembe or a Zoro, or maybe even higher. Maybe she's like one of the strongest on the island right now. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, it
Who knows?
definitely does raise the ceiling on what she's capable of because already she's pretty brolic, and I'm sure whatever she's transforming into would make her even stronger. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Kinim on this week for taking a shot on the ground. He's probably not actually dead, but this doesn't feel good. Just okay. And here's me with my fingers crossed, hoping that we see a funk. I know you're against it, but yeah. Also
Yeah.
interested to see what Big Mom does when she gets to the top. Like I don't know if it's gonna be like a 2-on-1 situation where her versus like Luffy, her and Kaido versus Luffy, or maybe another free for all like Emperor versus wannabe Emperor. Let's
Yeah.
be, let's
Yeah,
be
that's it's already crazy up there. Kaido's dominating the field, and Big Mom goes up there, it's like what else is she gonna bring to the mix? It really seems like she's getting there way sooner than any of the other people are gonna be getting up there.
Yeah, she can
So,
fly, man. So,
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's flying up there to try to take out Kaido since he's already taken some kind of damage, even though it doesn't seem to be slowing him down too much. Um,
it's like he got poked in the eye, and she's gonna capitalize. That's what I think it's gonna all that damage really like seems to have done to him. Just seems to have pissed him off more than anything.
um, yeah, Killer is disappointing to me. Or not Killer, Kid. Like he's just
Really?
yeah. I mean, so many people like him and they're impressed with him, but
Hmm.
he doesn't come across that impressive to me. Like he's very very basic, and it sucks because like he has a really cool unique power. You think he'd utilize it in you know different ways other than making giant hands. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I would like to see him like get fully like decked out like in like a mecha suit, kind of like Bullet from the Stampede movie. He makes his own like
Hmm.
version of that. But we'll see what he does. But yeah, he doesn't.
I, I like Kid a little bit. Like I
He's
like Law way more, but in terms of come to the supernovas, but he's okay. he's okay. I don't hate him. I don't love him. But let's see. Maybe he also will have come back from this L and be stronger than ever. Or maybe he's just another one hit away from biting the bullet forever. We shall
Yeah.
see. But
Yeah.
we're inching ever closer to chapter 1000, and looks like he might probably delay like Luffy meeting up at the top for 3 more chapters. I think that's what he's saving it for, and it's just
Yeah.
about a mixture of like moving the board and delaying a little bit, to get there. Maybe they'll just focus on this because it looks like Chopper is about to bite it. Like being halfway covered up. I think he's that secret piece that you lose him and the whole everything falls to shit.
Yeah. I can't see Chopper being the one to die at any point in the story. Because
I
he's
think
the
the fandom would
mascot.
just kill him, right?
He's the mascot of the series. You know what I mean? He's the Pikachu, so you can't kill Pikachu. Well,
You can
maybe
kill Ash Ketchum, but you cannot kill Pikachu.
not, maybe not mascot, but you know what I mean? He's the cutesy little selling point
Just fucking
for
Chopper.
him.
Just don't kill my little bro.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Who'd you say is the MVP for this arc?
For this chapter,
Yeah, this
mm,
chapter, I mean. Yeah.
I, honestly, I want to say a tie between Kaido and Yamato. Like Yamato
Yeah.
for that cool shot, Kaido for just being the boss. Being an absolute boss. I would say Kaido outright, but he only got a couple panels, so I'm gonna limit it. And I think Yamato taking out a number like that was pretty cool, showing she's got a little bit of strength behind those little arms of
Yeah. Those actually were my exact two choices as well, Kaido and Yamato. But yeah, I am leaning more towards Yamato. It was a pretty impressive feat, and she stood her ground. Um, you know, so she was pretty impressive. I'm gonna give it to her. And
hers. So let me ask you, what's your overall grade for this chapter then?
my grade, I'm going to say 6.6 or 6.5. Um, you know, it wasn't, I mean, that's just based on my taste. It wasn't to say like it was, you know, bad writing or anything like that. Although, you know, like you said in the beginning, plot holes aside, with Otama and how that whole thing is going down. But there was a lot of meandering in this chapter, as it has been every other chapter. It seems like a lot of meandering. People moving here, people moving there. You know, shit's not. Shit, it needs to come to a head already, which I'm sure is
Let's
what chapter
focus.
one
There's
thousand.
not they're not like crazy beats we're hitting. Yeah, they feel like smaller beats building up. I think I'm right there with the thought process. Yeah, I'd give it a 6.5 overall too. Cool seeing Law finally decide and seeing a poneglyph is always cool. It kind of boosts up the story. Like, oh yeah, this is like part of the intricate deeper part of the plot. But yeah, overall this chapter was just okay. It seems to be getting us to a place and nothing crazy. Cool little moments, but overall, if yeah, it kind of felt like more of like a choppy flow too. That kind of takes away from it having so many. Like you were saying earlier, so many pieces on the board. It's hard to like really sink your teeth into one scene and have it like develop,
Yeah.
crazy, into anything like a crazy moment. But yeah, like overall, good chapter. Not exceptionally great.
Hmm. Word, yo. I agree. Well, all right then, everybody. That was chapter 996. We're doing this recording way after the fact that it's been released, but schedules can conflict sometimes. But hopefully, with my new job, um, you know, we should be able to do releases way closer to the actual release dates, and get these out there more quickly, which is what I would like to do.
Yeah,
Um,
no. Sometimes life has a bunch of challenges for you, but yeah, we'll try and get these out a little quicker. Give you some more entertainment during these trying times.
Word. All right, guys, stay safe. Peace.